years ago. Do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
The press box. Welcome in, everybody. We're getting ready to start game number 2 here of our doubleheader. Marian taking game number 1, 3-1 over your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars. St. Francis now is 10-10 overall in the season, 3-4 in the Crossroads League. Marian 14-1 overall, 5-0 in the Crossroads League. Defensively for the Knights, Olivia Hoffman will be playing right field and batting leadoff. Cassie Cadle will play second base and bat second. Mackenzie Reeder at first base. Izzy Hoyt, the designated player, batting cleanup. Carly Green in left field. Katie Hewitt at third base. Sam Pash catching. Jelly McKibben, shortstop. And Lainey Horan, center fielder. For St. Francis, leading it off will be Brianna Pryor at second base. Lizzie Meyer in center field. Cassidy Ferrer at shortstop. Ramsey Herlock, the designated player. Vivian Goodpaster, the catcher. Taylor Tucker playing third base. Jordan Schneider playing first base. Brooke Heron pitching. And Donjanae Chamberlain, your number 9 batter, playing left field. Ashley Morrow will be the flex player. And the pitcher for Marian will be Shelby Heron. Shelby with a .93 ERA, which is best for Marian. In 15 innings pitched, she's given up 11 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts. Opposing hitters are batting .204 against Heron. Brooke Heron pitching for St. Francis, entering with a 3.16 ERA, 5-1 record on the season. She did get the win yesterday against Indiana Wesleyan in game number 1. In 44.1 innings pitched, Brooke has given up 47 hits, 24 runs, 20 earned, 10 walks, 24 strikeouts. Opposing hitters batting .273 against Brooke Heron. Brooke, once again, is from Noblesville, Indiana, Noblesville High School. And Shelby Heron is from Franklin Central High School out of Indianapolis, Indiana. So not sure if there's any relation between the 2 players, but definitely did not go to the same high school according to our game day program. Back in the press box with me is the coach's wife, Melissa Bolin. Melissa, good first game there. Lady Cougars held the lead 1-0 there in the first inning, but it was the 7th inning, top of the 7th inning, where Marian was able to rattle off 2 more runs to get the cushion they needed for the win. But still, not a bad first game there for St. Francis against the number 2 ranked team in the country.
I think they had a lot of confidence from yesterday. You know, wasn't expected to get a win yesterday, and you know they came out and played hard and got one, and I think gave them the confidence to say, hey, I think we can do it again today.
Confidence, the key word right there, is the 0-1 pitch is a fly ball out to Cassidy Ferrer for out number 1. It's going to bring to the plate Cassidy Cadle, number 12, the second baseman for Marian. Melissa, you got to see Brina Smith pitch there in game number 1 as the first pitch is hit to Tucker for out number 2. 3 pitches, 2 outs so far for Brooke Heron in the circle.
Marina's just an unbelievable pitcher. She's just solid. If she gives you one, it's a rarity, and it's one of those treats you just have to take and take advantage of it.
Check swings popped up to Brianna Pryor, so 4 pitches, 3 outs. That's exactly how Melissa drew it up here in the press box for these Lady Cougars. We're going to head to the bottom of the first inning. We are scoreless here from Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome back, everyone. Here in the bottom of the first inning, we're scoreless. Brianna Pryor going to lead it off for St. Francis, followed by Lizzie Meyer and Cassidy Ferrer. 4 pitches, 3 outs for Brooke Heron there in the top of the first inning, coming off the win yesterday in game number 1 against Indiana Wesleyan, her 5th win of the season. Melissa, I was telling you, that's about as fast a half an inning I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, that's great for a pitcher. I mean, you only have to use 4 pitches. I mean, that'll take you deep into some, innings if you need it.
Absolutely. So Bree Pryor, Brianna in game number 1 was 0 for 3 at the plate. Did have a run scored. Brianna was 1 for 2 at the plate with 1 hit, a single, and a run scored. So that first pitch is going to be a ball to Bree. Brianna may have had a slow start and didn't get to go to spring break, but man, she's really picked it up. And she played, her at-bats against Brina Smith were quality at-bats.
Yeah, she took advantage of every one she got, but she's going to continue to battle, and she's going to get on base. And like we talked about yesterday, once she gets on, I mean, obviously, first game she scored her only run.
And that was a heads-up play right there, stealing third base. And then with the pass ball going into left field, taken home. And that was important for the Lady Cougars to come out of the first inning with that 1-0 lead. Counts evened up now at 2 apiece. Melissa, when was the last time you coached?
Well, it depends what, but I haven't coached in like a high school setting since probably the year after Brody was born.
Brody now 14 years old, as that's a leadoff hit for Bree Pryor here in the bottom of the first inning. So Brianna now on the day is 2 for 3 at the dish. That's going to bring up Lizzie Meyer. Lizzie in game number 1 was 0 for 2 at the plate with 1 strikeout. Boy, looking at this Marian pitching staff, all of these players are nationally ranked. As that first pitch is a strike into Meyer with Pryor at first base. You're watching Shelby Heron. Shelby wears number 6. She's just a sophomore, standing 5'9" tall. The righty, swing and a miss. Pryor takes off for second. Once again, a late slide by Pryor, and she's going to take third as well.
Once again, just invaluable getting her on base. One of those kids that you find a way to get on.
And from her leadoff position, she's been doing that really ever since the Lady Cougars got back from spring break. Shelby Heron ranks number 1 in NAIA in total runs allowed. She's only given up 2 and ranks number 3 in total hits allowed at 11. Getting her first strikeout of the game. 1 gone for the batter, Cassidy Ferrer. Ferrer with an RBI standing on third base. Heron ranks number 17 with that .93 ERA. Once again, that's in the NAIA. So that first pitch is a strike to Ferrer.
Ferrer here just looking for, I would say, anything deep green. Anything in that outfield, get that run across.
I would think anything not hit at an infielder could be a run as well.
Yep, absolutely.
0-2 the count to Cass. Cassidy in game number 1 was 0 for 3 at the plate with 2 strikeouts. For out number 2. It's the second strikeout of the game in 3 batters for Heron, Shelby Heron. Brings up Ramsey Herlock. Ramsey, entering today, ranks number 7 in the Crossroads League. Only hitting .433. Cassidy Ferrer tied for 9th with a .408 batting average. That's on the season, excuse me. 0-1's your count. Off-speed pitch upstairs. She lays off it for ball 1. So the last sport you coached, was it girls basketball?
Yeah, well, yes. I've been lucky over the years. I don't know if it's lucky or just silly volunteering, but Coach Brody some basketball. Reed, I actually, Ryan coaches Brody for baseball, so I'm the one that gets to take Reed to games. So I said, sure, I'll help. And I think that was back when he played coach's pitch, and now I'm on season 3 and second year of machine pitch. Not necessarily my sport, but you do what you do for your kids.
Well, absolutely. And if I remember correctly, all of your teams end up having success.
It's just about teaching fundamentals at that age. You know, it's more important that they are learning the basics, and if they win, great. Of course, we don't like to lose.
So the line with a ground ball over to the third baseman, Katie Hewitt. Lady Cougar is going to leave a run stranded at third base. 4 batters, 3 outs. We head to the top of the second inning, scoreless here at Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Hard to tell, dugout or the batting cage.
Welcome back, everyone. Here in the top of the second inning, we're scoreless. Marian University Knights, number 2 ranked team in the country. Marian with 0 hits in this game. St. Francis with 1. Marian with 1 error. First pitch is a ball to number 20, Izzy Hoyt, the designated player. Slow roller over to Jordan Schneider for out number 1. Jordan getting the start in game number 1 as the designated player. Here taking over first base for Morgan Hubble. Looks like she's got the aviators on out there. Carly Green now your batter, number 23. Second pitch ripped at Taylor Tucker. Fires over to Schneider for out number 2. Alyssa Taylor Tucker, first off, what a grab she had there on that line drive that went off her foot. She was able to stick with it and make the catch. Umpire didn't see it that way, but it definitely looked like a clean one.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Coach Bolin thinks it ought to be a Sports Center top 10, but umpire just didn't see it. Unfortunately, at this level, we don't have instant replay to go back to.
Well, I was showing the instant replay.
That's right.
Umpire's just too busy to watch.
Yep.
Pitch misses outside. 1-1 is your count. Hewitt in game number 1 was 1 for 4 with a single and 2 RBIs. So she had that huge hit in the top of the 7th. 2-1 is your count. Her 2 RBI singles scored Mackenzie Reeder and Izzy Hoyt. Lays off the fastball upstairs. 3-1 is your count. Brooke Heron, the freshman from Noblesville, Indiana. It's Brooke versus Shelby, both the last name Heron. 2 outs, runner at first base. Brings up Sam Pash. Sam did not play in game number 1. She's catching here in game number 2. She enters today's doubleheader with a .300 batting average. 6 hits, 5 runs scored, and 20 ABs. 1 home run on the season, 3 walks. Pash, the lefty. First pitch is a ball. Pash is a senior from Carmel, Indiana. Carmel High School, the Greyhounds. 2-0 is the count. Alyssa Brooke Heron, what's some of the characteristics of her play out on the field that Coach Bull and yourself really like about this young pitcher?
You know, I think it's the fact that she's really settled in here. She's not pitching like a freshman the last week or so anyway. Just a hard thrower and seems to be putting the ball where it's supposed to be.
Coming out of Indianapolis, Indiana, especially that Westfield area where they have Grand Park, they're getting a lot of ball games in the Indy area. And she spoke, I think it was a week ago when we interviewed her after the Grace game. That was a line hard grounder back at Heron for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd, still scoreless here from Westendorf Field.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and
Welcome back, everyone. We're here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. St. Francis going to lead it off with the catcher, Vivian Goodpaster, Taylor Tucker, then Jordan Schneider. Brooke Heron once again giving up just, well, actually 0 hits here through 2 innings. Marian currently with 1 error. St. Francis with 1 hit and 0 errors in this game. Goodpaster in game number 1 today was 1 for 3 at the plate with a single, 1 strikeout. She's very, very impressive here. in her freshman season. The first pitch is going to be a called strike.
Yeah, you're talking about that Westfield area, the Dreams, or the Grand Park over there. And it would sure be nice to have something like that in this area. Fort Wayne is really lacking in a softball facility.
Yeah, we finally got it over there with the World Baseball Academy. They got the 3 baseball fields.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if there are plans to put a softball field in, but absolutely, where do you go to play?
And they're not playing here in town. The kids are going outside of the area.
So a called third strike there on the outside corner. Goodpaster couldn't believe it. Coach Peterson not too happy over there at the first base as well. That is the third strikeout of the game for Shelby Heron. Taylor Tucker now your batter. Yeah, so where are the girls going to play when the conditions don't allow for you to take the field?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, they're driving to Westfield, or they're playing in tournaments there, out of the area, out of the state. I mean, it's really unfortunate. As big as Fort Wayne area is, that there's something not like that here.
Yeah, even the World Baseball Academy, it felt like it was long overdue for like the last 2-3 years. A lot of times our varsity baseball team, traveling down to Grand Park, and you're paying the fees every single time you go down there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Coach Bolin, if he had it his way and could find somebody with a lot of money, just wanted to donate to the program. He loves some turf on the field.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed games.
Even Taylor University, their softball field's all natural. Is that correct?
It is. But
baseball field's got the artificial infield.
It is, and that was just recently, I think, that they went to artificial there at baseball. But Taylor's put a lot of money into their softball facility.
Taylor Tucker goes down and rips it into left field for a 1-out hit. Beautiful piece of hitting there by Taylor. In game number 1, she was 0 for 3, but in her first at bat here in game number 2, she's got a hit under her belt. That's going to bring up Jordan Schneider, the first baseman. Jordan in game number 1 was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Coach P and Coach Bolin, are constantly even driving down Grand Park or over to Columbus, Ohio, or different places to recruit. But you could go down there every weekend and catch a baseball or softball tournament or something.
I believe it's the largest facility of its kind in the world.
I would believe it.
And they keep adding to it, don't they?
Yeah. We're actually, with Brody, his baseball team, playing 2 tournaments down there. The gentleman that runs and coordinates the schedule tournament down there. Oh, darn it. He's a Norwell grad.
So Tucker gets gunned out, trying to steal second base for out number 2. 1-1's your count. Yeah, before the World Baseball Academy, the only artificial baseball field in Northeast Indiana is down in Upland. Goodpaster off the handle, grounds out to Hewitt, the third baseman, for out number 3. So we are still scoreless heading into the top of the 3rd inning here at Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Welcome back, everyone. We're in the top of the 3rd inning, scoreless here at Westendorf Field. And leading it off is number 13, Jelly McKibben, the shortstop for Marian University. Angelica is a junior from Selma, Indiana, went to Wapahani High School.
Wapahani?
Wapahani. 1-0 is your count.
They're a volleyball school.
Yeah, Melissa, I remember being at the NAIA National Tournament with the basketball team, the girls, in 2014 when they went 38-0. Another nice play by Tucker is an outstanding third baseman.
Yeah, she is. She's great. Moves left and right really well, and hard to get a ball past her. You know, really any of the third basemen that that Cougars have on their lineup, defensive-wise, are really strong.
So Lainey Horns, your batter, punches at that first pitch. 0-1's your count. But once again, going to that national tournament, I was talking with the Davenport sports information director, and he said that their facility is getting rented out left and right. You know, that's back in 2013-14. And, finally here in 2018, we have a facility in Fort Wayne. But, yeah, you're right. Softball-wise, you would think that would not only be beneficial for the community, another great snag right off the heel of the glove for Schneider. Looked like the throw was there.
It might have been a little high, a little outside of Jordan's range. It was a nice snag.
Definitely. So now Horn, is going to be at second base on the, I'm not sure if we're going to call that an E5. We'll have to look at the official stats. But your batter now is Olivia Huffman, who popped out to the shortstop, Cassidy Ferrer. But yeah, not only beneficial for all the young softball players in the community, but also beneficial for whoever puts up the complex.
I'm telling you, down at Westfield, what used to be cornfields, I mean, when they put those fields up, even everything around it even. There's restaurants, there's hotels, there's things that weren't there 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, the economy for that community has just grown exponentially.
Speaking of, we just got back from Sioux Falls, and that was the first year after 18 years that it did not hold the national tournament in Branson. And I guess the Branson merchandisers said they really lost out this year.
I bet they did.
On a lot of good money.
I bet they did. I mean, it's a big draw. Back before I actually came to St. Francis, the women's NAIA tournament was held at Tri-State, which is now Trine. And then it moved to Sioux City my freshman year, and it hasn't left there. So I can imagine what the impact that does. You're bringing in 32 teams. You're bringing in, parents and fans, and your economy just grows. It's kind of a no-brainer for some cities.
So that first pitch is going to miss high and outside for ball one. Lainey Horn advances to third base after the ground out by Olivia Hoffman. This is Cassidy Cadle, excuse me. The 1-0. Another nice snag by Tucker, and that's a huge play right there as it leaves Horn at third base. She has cat-like reflexes.
She's, just amazing. She didn't have a play there at all. Smart holding that ball.
But knocking it down.
Huge. Saved a run.
Reeder, first pitch. Hopper to Brianna Pryor. Lady Cougars get out of the third. Marian leaves a runner stranded at third. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. Scoreless here from Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here in the bottom of the third inning, and leading it off for St. Francis will be Brooke Heron. Brooke, entering today with a .250 batting average, has 2 hits and 2 runs scored and 8 ABs. This is the first time I've ever seen Brooke hit. So that first pitch is going to be a strike, low and inside.
There's some pitchers that do hit. Most of them hit when they were in high school.
Yeah.
A lot of them are great hitters. You just sometimes don't, you want them to focus on what they're doing in that circle, I think is probably the reasoning behind it.
Well, obviously at this level, everybody's a player.
Yeah.
Playing collegiately is a huge accomplishment in itself. The numbers are staggering from the amount of high school softball players to the amount of collegiate softball players.
Yeah, they are. And, I think of softball in this area is still a relatively, I want to say, young sport.
Yeah.
We didn't have a team until I was a senior in high school at my little school I went to. Some of the other ones had one for 5 or 6 years.
That's a single up the gut. Brooke Heron helping her own cause there with the leadoff single. That's going to bring up number 10, Donjanae Chamberlain. So great call there by Coach Bull.
Yeah, the former Noblesville Miller. She gets on base. A funny story about her. When Ryan was recruiting her, one of my cousins sent me a message and said, "Hey, I think your husband's recruiting my babysitter." And sure enough, she did. She babysat my cousin's kids when she was in high school down at Noblesville. So.
What high school did you go to, Melissa?
I went to Southern Wells.
Okay. The Raiders?
The Raiders,
The
yep.
Raiders. 1-0's the count to Donjanae. She had a good first game. She's been playing good left field for Coach Boland as well.
Yeah, she has. She's, Don just played all over that outfield, I feel like, in the last 4 years. And, Maddie breaking her hand, and somebody needed to step up, and she's really taken to it.
Very unfortunate for Maddie Schwartz, but wow, what a start to the season for her before she got injured, batting .452, the best for the Lady Cougars.
Just unfortunate for her. She didn't get a play last year. Had made the transfer over and didn't get a play. Kind of heartbreaking, I think, for her. And she came out ready to prove something, and just unfortunate. I have heard that she may be available to pitch run at some point, but
which
I'm
is
not positive.
a great thing. She's got 9 stolen bases
Yeah.
on the season, so it's something that she excels at. 2-2 with Brooke Heron at first base.
When she runs, she puts her whole body into it, that's for sure. I think that's kind of what happened with that hand.
Donjanae staying alive at the dish. Fouling off the 2-2 pitch. Shelby Heron, once again, 5'9" sophomore. Grace Lumpkin, another great pitcher for Marian, as Hewitt's throw to second base is just in time to get Brooke on the fielder's choice. Out number 1, Donjanae at first base. So there's a lot of speed on the base pass for Bree Pryor. But once again, Grace Lumpkin, the junior from Yorktown, Indiana, Shelby Heron, and Brina Smith, making up arguably the most potent pitching staff in the Crossroads League. One of the better staffs in the country. Pitch outside, Donjanae. She is safe.
Coach Fleming just constantly finding pitchers, and his program is built around it, and they're just remarkable year after year after year.
Well, then you got Mount Vernon Nazarene, who's currently second place in the Crossroads League with a 2-0 conference record, 10-4 overall. The Bowie sisters. They're both ranked in the top 6 in the Crossroads League. 2-0 is your count. Got a chance to see them last year. I believe one was a freshman, one was a junior, so now senior and sophomore.
You know, the good thing about Mount Vernon being over where they're at, they're not competing, you know, with the other schools in the conference for talent. You know, Marian and Taylor and Wesleyan and well, even St. Francis and Huntington, they're all in the same vicinity, you know, all looking, you know, the same talent pool.
3-1 now the count to Pryor with Donjanae Chamberlain at second base. Yeah, a lot of those NAIA schools in Ohio are now playing NC2A Division II ball. Pryor just thrown out. That was McKibben, but it does advance Donjanae over to third base. So with 2 outs, Lizzie Meyer up. She struck out in her first at-bat. So looking at the Crossroads League leaders in earned run average, Anna Bowie from Mount Vernon Naz, .71 ERA is number 1. Then you got Shelby Heron, Brina Smith, Grace Lumpkin. 3 Marian pitchers going 2, 3, and 4.
Wow.
Then Sarah Bowie's at number 5. Then Carly Weaver, who we saw yesterday. Wow. For St. Francis, Brooke Heron comes in at number 14, but you got Heron, Augsburger, and Gebert at 14, 15, and 16 in the Crossroads League. 0-1's your count to Lizzie Meyer. Drills it into left field. Donjanae Chamberlain's going to come home to score the first run of the game on the RBI single by Lizzie Meyer.
Nice,
outstanding.
Nice piece of hitting by Lizzie.
You know, her and Bree, when they first came to the team, they just had pop to their bat. It seemed like everything they hit was kind of one of those dinks, you know? It's got that sweet sound.
Yeah, you know, Lizzie has, you know, been great at the plate this year. Hits the ball out there, and she's got that speed like Bree. You know, makes a single into a double or a double into a triple, and it makes a big difference.
0-1's the count to Cassidy Ferrer. Struck out looking in her first AB. Called second strike. 0-2 is the count with Lizzie Meyer at first base. Coach Boland's always had strong offensive teams. I don't know if he's ever had a better fielding team and a better pitching staff, even though it's a young staff than we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're just picking up things. They don't like, you know, they're not making mistakes on the field. It makes it easy to, you know, coach, at least from a defensive standpoint.
Well, we'll head to the top of the 4th inning here at Westendorf Field. St. Francis up 1-0.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome back, everyone. Leading off for Marian is number 20, Izzy Hoyt. Izzy grounded out to Jordan Schneider in her first AB. 1-1 is your count. St. Francis taking the lead there on Lizzie Meyer's RBI single that scored Donjanae Chamberlain. That ball ripped foul. Count now is 1-2. Folks, be sure to like the University of St. Francis softball fan page on Facebook. You can watch the broadcast there, You can also see all the highlights that we post during the games. If you're more of a Twitter person, then go to SF Cougars, where you can find the highlights as well. So we just tweeted out the Lizzie Meyer RBI single that scored Donjane. Pitch upstairs, counts evened up at 2 apiece. I don't know if that ball's ripped into left field. Good job of fielding it by Donjane, but the leadoff batter is aboard there. That's Izzy Hoyt. Carly Green now your batter. She grounded out to Taylor Tucker in her first AB. Listen, I don't know of another team sport where one individual is so important. I mean, in football, they say the quarterback's really, really important. You know, you can't win championships without defense, but a great starting pitcher, as Tucker's going to throw that one right over the head of Brianna Pryor. So that'll be an E5 for Carly Green to reach first base. Now we got runners at first and second.
You know, especially at this level, I mean, you know, even more than having more than one pitcher, but the pitcher, you know, really controlling your game and getting it past or getting it in the where it's supposed to be. It's hard for teams that don't have more than one. You know, like we said yesterday, I think that last year only having 3 pitchers was some days a struggle, although every one of them fought hard every day. I mean, over injuries, and you had to battle.
Well, if you look at last year, there's Heather Zangler and Katie Gebhardt. And then the third pitcher was basically our utility player.
Yeah.
And she did a great job.
Dana Clausen, she pitched in high school, and she came in as a pitcher, utility player, and coach had moved her back to a utility player, an outfielder, and then he said, hey, you're going to pitch again. And she did, and she did great.
She did do a good job. First pitch to Sam Pash is in there for a strike. Sam grounded out to Brooke Heron in her first AB. Still, we have one out here with runners at second and third. Lady Cougars up 1-0. Slow roller over to Schneider. She's going to have to take the safe play.
That's a smart play. I mean, that's what you need. You need the out.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough knowing that a run's going to come home to score, but you have to get the out. You have to be assured of the out. So Jelly McKibben now at the dish with 2 outs, and standing on third base is Carly Green. So for Izzy Hoyt, that's the second run scored.
Oh, my
And what a grab.
Wow.
By Lizzie Meyer out in center field.
Saved a run.
We're tied at 1 entering the bottom of the 4th.
Wow.
UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and
Welcome back, everyone, here in the bottom of the 4th inning. What a play by Lizzie Meyer. Melissa, let's check it out again. That was Jelly McKibben at the dish. Roped that ball into left center field. That ball was on a dive down there in the gap. That would have been extra bases if it got past Lizzie, so just a huge play for Lizzie Meyer, saving a run. We're tied at 1, and it's Ramsey Herlock at the plate. Ramsey grounded out to Hewitt, the third baseman, in her first AB. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Second pitch to Herlock. Ramsey, second baseman last year when Pryor got moved over to shortstop. But Ramsey's always been just a quality hitter for Coach Bolin. Entering today with the second best batting average on the team, the 7th best batting average in the Crossroads League at .433. Ramsey comes from Kokomo. It's a foul ball. Kokomo Wildcats.
Kokomo with a K. I think that's where Coach Luke Cummings is from, isn't it?
Yep. Wildcats spelled with a K. Kokomo spelled with a K.
Yep.
2-2 your count. Coach Cummings, the associate head coach for the men's basketball team. He's got his boys over at Black Hawk Christian, so that hopefully one day they'll be playing for Coach Davidson. Herlock drills that ball down the left field line.
Nice hit.
So the leadoff batter is aboard for Taylor Tucker. Taylor had a nice hit back in the second inning.
She did. Looks like Coach Bolin's going to put in some wheels for Ramsey.
I spoke too soon. It's actually Vivian Goodpaster coming up.
Number 4 is heading to the field.
So Maddie Schwartz. She's got the cast on her right hand. Maddie entering today with 9 stolen bases under her belt. So that's 4 running 5. Vivian Goodpaster struck out in her first at-bat back in the second inning. We have 0 outs with the pinch runner at first base. St. Francis currently with 5 hits, Marian with 2. St. Francis with 2 errors, Marian with 1. I'll tell you, the St. Francis pitchers have done well today against this Marian team. You know, but looking at Marian, they're not near the offensive team that Indiana Wesleyan was.
No, they don't seem to be today, but I'm sure they're doing something.
So Schwartz, stolen base attempt, and is out. So 1 gone. Listen, I've been noticing that with Brianna Pryor. Just seems like these slides are starting just a little bit late.
A little late. Maddie does I think like a hook slide. Where you, now don't get me technical terms, but you know, where you're basically sliding past it and letting your arm catch you.
Sliding past the bag, trying to avoid the tag. 2-0's the count.
Trust me, I wouldn't have known what it was, but you know, Coach Bolin told me the other day.
2-0's the count to Vivian Goodpaster. Fouls that one off her left foot. Vivian just acts like a catcher. Just seems like she has command out there, you know, when she's behind the plate. She's an intense competitor.
She is. She's an intense kid. She's a great kid, great personality.
2-1 with 1 out. Another one fouled off.
Thank you.
So how much thought went into the new uniforms?
You know, I know that the upperclassmen, the seniors, said, you know what, the freshman and sophomore class, you pick them out. You're wearing them for longer than we are.
Oh, Wow.
Wow. I know. I'm pretty sure
that's
I
very
was a senior.
unselfish.
We'd have never done that. So the girls actually, picked him out. Coach Boland, I don't really think had a lot of input.
I remember Coach was happy when he had the old Houston Astros jerseys selected. Well, that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, he loves retro, I think, anything.
Well, I like these uniforms here.
Yeah, they're nice. Real nice.
Yesterday we wore the blue pants with the white tops, going all black today.
Keep working it, Viv. Keep working it, Viv. Hey, right here, 4-2 right here. Keep battling.
Are those the Russell jerseys?
I think they are.
Marian wearing the Nike jerseys.
Russell produces a really nice uniform for softball.
They really do. Well, and the thing about Russell is they make all their own shirts and pants. So it's much easier to replace from what I understand.
Yep.
So good passer flies out to left field. That's going to bring the plate number 12, Taylor Tucker, with 2 outs. Entering today's game, St. Francis with 44 stolen bases and 51 attempts. Taylor Tucker once again has been nails at third base and did have a hit in her first AB. A rope shot into left field. Taylor from the Lafayette area. Tell you what, there's a lot of good athletes coming out of Lafayette.
Yeah, there are. I don't know what's, a lot of bigger schools over there. We don't hear about them as much over here unless they're coming to St. Francis or, local.
Well, the Cougar football team, Dan Rixey, just finished up his sophomore season. 3rd ever receiver to catch over 1,000 yards in a season. Isn't that crazy to think in 20 years of Cougar football?
Yeah, that is crazy.
But then Boswell also, he became the 4th, so 2 1,000-yard receivers last year with Nick Ferrer as the quarterback. Now that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
And before that, it was Seth Coate. So Nick Ferrer with 12,500 passing yards in his career. Can you imagine?
No.
He had something like 42 touchdown passes and 4 interceptions this year.
Wow.
Just ridiculous numbers.
Remarkable quarterback that had some apparently great targets to throw at.
Yes, he did. Your batter now is Jordan Schneider, grounded out to the third baseman back in the 2nd inning. 2 outs and Taylor Tucker at first base. Taylor entering today with 3 stolen bases. First pitch to Schneider is a strike. Shelby Heron, 64 total pitches, 43 of those strikes, 21 of those balls. She's averaging 17.4 pitches per inning. Good job of fielding there as Schneider's thrown out at first base. We head to the top of the 5th inning, tied at 1.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution. one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Welcome back to Westendorf Field. Leading off is going to be Lainey Horn, center fielder for Marian, here in the top of the 5th inning. Marian currently with 2 hits and 1 error. St. Francis 5 hits and 2 errors in this game. Brooke Heron in the circle. First hit right down the third base line, foul. 0-1 is your count. Marian ranked number 2 in the country. NAIA softball under head coach Scott Fleming, who's in his 15th year. Marian quickly becoming the kind of Indiana Wesleyan type school in the Crossroads League. They're good in every sport.
Yeah, they are. They've really invested into their athletic programs down there. I remember showing up and their gymnasium was just some small little gym, and you know, they put a lot of time and money into their facilities, and it shows.
Your batter now is Olivia Hoffman, 0 for 2 in this game. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Yes, and they have their brand new basketball arena going to be unveiled here soon. You go on that campus, they got construction going everywhere.
Everywhere. You know, last year when we went down and watched games, softball games, you know, it was a maze trying to get in because of the construction.
I know Indiana Wesleyan, too, talks about a new basketball arena. That's popped into shallow center right over the reach of Cassidy Ferreira. One out single for Hoffman. St. Francis building a brand new, well, I guess in addition to the science building, and a brand new chapel.
Yeah. Construction going on over here at St. Francis, and I don't know when those are supposed to be open, but I can't wait to see what they look like on the inside.
Absolutely. I was hoping the fall of 2018.
I think I'd heard some of that, but I'm not sure.
Ball ripped at Brianna Pryor, comes up firing for out number 3. So a bang play as we head to the bottom of the 5th, tied at 1. Outstanding play there by the Lady Cougs.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome back, everyone, here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We are tied at 1. What a play there by Brianna Pryor. Let's check it out one more time. That was Cassidy Cadle, number 12, who lined out to Pryor, who quickly throws it over to Schneider at first base for the double play. And it's going to be Brooke Heron leading it off for the Lady Cougars here in the bottom of the 5th. Brianna Pryor, though, here in her junior year, you can tell she's comfortable with being the leader of this team, and she's comfortable her role in the Crossroads League as an all-Crossroads League performer as a sophomore. She's showing that she can compete against anybody. Did well against Brina Smith in game number 1.
Absolutely. She is just a go-get-it kind of kid. And you can see it on the field. She just lays it all out every time she's out there.
So here in the bottom of the 5th inning, 1-2 is your count. Playing the number 2 ranked team in the country, St. Francis, in it to the very, very end there in game number 1. And here in game number 2, it's anybody's ball game.
Yeah, it's one thing. I don't know why or what it is, but it seems like the St. Francis teams, at least with softball, you know, even if they're not beating Marian, they're always competing and staying in ball games. They're always close games. You know, sometimes it doesn't make sense, but they play them hard every time they go onto the field.
Another one fouled off the backstop.
Just don't seem to be intimidated by him, I guess, is maybe what that is.
Well, Coach Bolin expects to be in these games.
Yeah, absolutely.
He expects the kids to have confidence and to be able to raise their level of play for a team like Marian. Ball's going to be fouled right towards the field cover. That's always something that's fun to watch, is when Coach Bolin gets the team together to cover the field with the tarp. I mean, they've got it down. They've got that thing down pat.
Well, better them than me. There were a couple years that I had to help do that a couple times, and I'm telling you, I'm surprised that somebody didn't get lost underneath there or break a limb.
You would think that Reed would have gotten he's one of the guys that maybe the tarp would have been pulled over
well,
at least once or twice.
That would definitely be one of my kids, I'm sure. But
so that was Pash picking up the slow roller, getting it over to Mackenzie Reeder for out number 1. Brings up Don Janae Chamberlain. Don Janae reached first base back in the 3rd inning and stole a base and scored a run. Looked at the bunt for a second, held off of it for a called first strike. That's Don Janae, who wears 1-0. She's 0 for 1 in this game, as Jelly McKibben gets it over for out number 2. Brings up Brandon Pryor. Pryor 1 for 2 with a stolen base. Was left stranded on 3rd base back in the 1st. Pryor scored in game number 1, scored the team's only run. Did not score in game number 2 against Wesleyan, but scored in game number 1 against Wesleyan. Had 2 runs in game number 2 against Grace and 2 runs in game number 1 against Grace. So once again, this is kind of what you expect from Brandon Pryor now. Fouls that one off. 0-2's the count. Lizzie Meyer on deck. The 0-2. Upstairs. 1-2's your count. Marian picking up their 3rd hit of the game, the top half of the inning. That was a single by Olivia Hoffman, who ended up getting doubled up by Brandon Pryor. McKibben for out number 3. Top of the 6th inning, we are tied at 1 here at Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. and the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome back. We're in the top of the 6th inning. That's number 5 for Marian at the dish. Mackenzie Reeder 0 for 2 in this game. First pitch by Brooke Heron is a ball. 1-0 is your count. Slow roller, Schneider's got it for out number 1. It's going to bring to the plate Izzy Hoyt. Heron over the head of Schneider. Hoyt's going to take second, and that's where she will end up. So just, Brooke, she fielded it so cleanly, really didn't have to hurry that throw.
No, it's one of those where as a pitcher, just take a couple steps towards that first baseman and, take your time and throw that over. It's not a motion they normally make, so I think sometimes it takes them off guard.
That's going to be the 3rd error in this game for St. Francis. I'm not sure who called that conference there. I'm assuming it was the freshman catcher, Vivian Goodpaster. And it's a good move. I mean, nothing's hurt. There's still 1 out. There's a runner at second. This game is still anybody's ball game with Carly Green coming to the dish, and she's the number 5 hitter.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Coach Fleming put in a pitch runner.
Number 9, pinch running for 20.
So that's number 9 coming in. That's Serena Glenn, the freshman, listed as the second baseman and the outfielder. 5'3" from Zionsville, Indiana. Serena Glenn. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. Pitch into right center field, and Ashley Morrow cannot come up with the grab. Ball gets past Brianna Pryor. So, not the best looking play for the Lady Cougars. Out there on the field as Marian gets the go-ahead run. And that's a tough grab for Ashley Morrow as she's looking directly into the sun.
Yeah.
The sun right now at 619 in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's directly right behind our back, right in the face of Ashley Morrow, but I'm sure she'll be the first one to tell you she should have came up with that one.
Yeah, she just got turned around there, it seemed like, and I think when she finally saw it, it would have been a little too late for her.
This ball's ripped right up the gut. So run number 3 comes home for Marian. Hewitt with the RBI single. Carly Green scoring on the play. That brings up the catcher, Sam Pash. Pash 0 for 2 in this game. Heron's first pitch is upstairs for a ball. And that's one thing that, to be honest with you, I've been really impressed with this year's team is not compounding the errors, not having an error after another error, which, in baseball or softball, it's one of those things that can be contagious.
It really can.
Everybody's been a part of those 9-run innings where you're out in the field and is this ever going to end?
Never going to stop, yeah. They speak of it all the time in baseball and softball, but you have to have a short-term memory. I mean, what happens, it's done. You can be mad at yourself later, but you got to go on and get over it.
Obviously, a lot of freshmen here for Lady Cougars gaining some valuable experience as Brooks going to go over to first base with it for out number 2. Advancing to second is Hewitt. That's going to bring to the plate Jelly McKibben. the shortstop. Angelica's her first name. They call her Jelly with the G. Morrow cannot catch up to that one. So Hewitt will come home to score the 4th run of the game on the RBI double by Jelly. Now she advances to 3rd. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Lainey Horn.
Cougars just got a little complacent there, not taking care of the ball.
Well, and once again, once one of the errors happens, you try to do something extra special, and sometimes the fundamentals go by the wayside in that situation, but Cassidy Ferrer comes up firing. Outstanding job of fielding her position. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Marian up 4-1 here at Westendorf Field.
No, thank you. UP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and
21 for 8. Welcome back, everyone. Marion's up 4-1. Each team with 5 hits. St. Francis with 4 errors. Marian with 1 error. Lizzie Meyer is going to lead it off for St. Francis. So Melissa was over here getting some instruction from the umpire on some of the substitutions.
You must think we're official.
Yeah, we are. We're official, Melissa.
That's right.
As official as it gets here at Westendorf Field. But I believe it was number 21 coming into the game.
I think that's what he said. Don't know where.
Yeah, I don't see Caitlin. We got 21. She pitched in game number 1. Up in the bullpen for Marian is Cassie Perry, the senior from Plainfield High School, Plainfield, Indiana. Cassie listed at 6 foot tall. First pitch to Lizzie Meyer. In there for a strike, low and outside in the zone.
That looked a little low.
0-1's your count here in the bottom of the 6th. Shot into left field for out number 1. It's number 23, Carly Green in left field. That brings up number 11, Cassidy Ferrer, 0 for 2 in this game. Cassidy with 1 strikeout back in the first inning. In game number 1, Cassidy was 0 for 3. First pitch is a strike. 0-1's your count with 1 out. Ball ripped right at the third baseman, number 16, Katie Hewitt, for out number 2. Solid hit right there, just right at Hewitt. It's going to bring up number 5, Ramsey Herlock. First pitch to Ramsey's fouled off. 0-1's your count. 6:26 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 fast games being played today.
And they're quick. You know, your pitchers don't pitch a lot of pitches. It doesn't take long.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. The 1-1 to Ramsey Herlock. Drilled into left center field. Right off of the glove of the center fielder. Herlock has a double. 2-out double for Ramsey Herlock.
Nice hit by Ramsey. You got all contact with it, just out of reach of that center fielder.
And I think that that's our new player. Laney Horn out there in center field. Definitely looks like Laney. That's Vivian Goodpaster now up at the plate. Now in the bullpen for Marian's number 14, Courtney Best, the junior pitcher from Benton Central High School. 2 outs. Goodpaster. I feel like she's getting more and more comfortable at the plate with every at-bat. Entering today with a .244 batting average. She was 1 for 2 at the dish in game number 1. Excuse me, 1 for 3. One and one's your count. It's Pash behind the plate. Another one in the dirt. Good job of laying off it there by Goodpaster. For Shelby Heron, 75 total pitches, or excuse me, 103 total pitches, 75 strikes, 28 balls.
Marian wanted to see if she went on that. I'm not even thinking it was anywhere close, but nonetheless, the umpire asked.
That one's fouled off her, so the count's evened up at 2 apiece with 2 outs.
Not sure what she does or how she does it, but she seems to hit herself with a ball at least once or twice at an at-bat. Foul ball.
Vivian's from Knightstown, Indiana, Knightstown High School. Off-speed pitch freezes her for out number 3.
Wow.
We'll head to the top of the 7th inning with Marian up 4-1 here at Westendorf Field.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome back, everyone. We're in the 7th and final inning here. Leading it off for Marian, it's going to be the leadoff hitter, Olivia Huffman. Hoffman is 1 for 3 in this game, had a single back in the 5th. 1-0 is your count. Ball ripped up the gut for a leadoff single. So ever since I said Marian's offense didn't look that strong, they've really been hitting it.
apparently they heard you, Jeff, and they're not happy about it.
It's my fault.
No, they really are. They're catching on here. No, it's inning 7, right? We're in the 7th inning. You know, they've seen Brooke about 2 or 3 at bats now.
Well, I had the Indiana Wesleyan fans not happy with me during my men's basketball broadcast earlier this year. What a season, though, by their freshman, Mangus.
Unreal. You just don't see that out of a freshman very often, and he just had a remarkable season.
First team All-American.
Yep.
So after the single by Huffman, Cadle pops out for out number 1. That's going to bring up Mackenzie Reeder, number 5. Reeder's 0 for 3 in this game. Up the gut. So with 1 out, we have runners at first and second. Frere's right there. It's just about a glove's length away.
And she's pretty long, too, so she's not getting to it. And she's hitting the dirt. And just a nice hit.
Izzy Hoyt, 2 runs scored in this game. Also had a run in game number 1. Productive day for number 20, the designated player. 1-0 is your count. Two balls, no strikes. Marian now with 6 hits. Each team with 6 hits. St. Francis with 4 errors, Marian with just 1. Frere goes over to Tucker to get the lead runner for out number 2. Reeder safe at first base on the fielder's choice. Excuse me. Hoyt safe at first base on the fielder's choice. That was a great play by Frere, knowing where to go with it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, as a softball player, you know, you're taught go one, and, you know, the runner was out. Wasn't in front of her.
Ball hit into left field. That was Carly Green for out number 3. Making the grab was Donjanae Chamberlain. We're going to head to the bottom of the 7th inning with Marian up 4-1 over your Lady Cougars here from Westendorf Field.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship.
Hit by pitch category winner right here.
Welcome back, everyone. Leading it off for St. Francis. Pinch hitting is going to be Abby Skura. Skura hitting for Taylor Tucker. On deck, it's going to be Morgan Hubble for Jordan Schneider. Skura entering today's game, batting 400 on the season, 4 hits and 3 runs scored and 10 ABs, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Abby Skura from Crown Point, Indiana. Crown Point High School. Skura came in as a shortstop, switched over to third base. Throughout her career here at St. Francis, slow roller picked up by Heron for out number 1.
Yeah, Skura's got a rocket for an arm. I've never seen her. I mean, just sit back and watch her throw. It's unreal.
She is a standout outfielder at Crown Point,
Really?
I believe. Sam, your batter now is Morgan Hubble. Hubble started at first base in game number 1. Morgan was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in that game. Pitch is fouled away. Lady Cougars fell 3-1 in game number 1. Brina Smith in the circle, picking up the win for Marian. For Brina Smith, she's now 7-1 on the season. Her one loss coming against Bellevue University, the Bruins. Heron picks it back up for out number 2. So with 2 outs, your batter is number 15, Jade Mollenkoff. 5'9" freshman. Jade, entering with a 190 batting average, has 4 hits and 6 runs scored and 21 ABs. 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. If they didn't have numbers on their back, you wouldn't know if that was Morgan or Jade.
You wouldn't.
They got the same hair.
We've had that discussion a few times. We were in Chicago and sitting in the outfield, and who is that? Who's batting? Which one is it?
1-1 now your count after the pitch in the dirt by Shelby Heron. Inside in the zone. 1-2 your count. Angelica McKibben, Jelly, entering today, leading the Crossroads League with a 481 batting average. Maddie Schwartz, number 3 in the Crossroads League with a 452 batting average. Swing and a miss. That will do it for game number 2. Lady Cougars fall 4-1 against Marian. Still the productive day here for the Lady Cougars, taking on the number 2 ranked team in the country. These last 2 games gives Coach Bowen a lot to build off of with this young team.
Yeah, they fought hard both days, and nothing to hang their heads about. You know, 1 or 2 plays, might have made a difference in even both of those games today. And I think a lot of positives kind of come out of yesterday and today for the Cougars.
Well, it's not going to get much easier. Up next, on March the 27th, we travel to number 39 Taylor University, which is game number 1 of a 7-game road stretch. So 7 straight games on the road. Wow.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough for the kids. You know, it's tough for the coaches. The only thing is they get to come home at the end of the season and play at home. You know.
That's right. St. Francis will finish up with 5 straight games at home, starting with the Mount Vernon Nazarene reschedule, a game that was originally scheduled for Tuesday. Well, folks, hopefully, especially if you're in Indianapolis, brace yourself for the snow tomorrow. Hopefully we miss all that here in Fort Wayne, but it's going to be another cold one. So you folks have a great rest of the weekend. Alongside Melissa Bolin, my name is Jeff Mahoney. Until the next home game, which probably be about a month from now, which it almost seems like the next home game is actually April the 20th against Mount Vernon Naz. So until next time, we'll talk to you then. You're watching Lady Cougar Softball here from Weston Door Field. Thanks again for watching. And